Lynk Co, guys. I saw quite a few Lynk Co vehicles when I was in China, and I've got to admit they look really good, but they aren't electric cars. So, well, they are. They're plug-in hybrids, but not fully electric. So they never really interested me. But Lynk Co have just revealed their first fully electric car. It's built on the Zeekr 001 platform, which is a very good platform. This is an impressive EV, and why I made this video is because this vehicle will be sold in places like Australia, Southeast Asia, and Europe. And here's all the details of their first electric car. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I want to say a big thank you to our Patreon supporters, YouTube members. There will be a couple of new YouTube member-only videos up this week. So stay tuned for those if you're a member of the channel. If you're not a member yet, I'll put a link in the description below. The Lynk Co's new vehicle, it's big, right? It's a similar size to the Zeekr 001, but it's a sedan. I personally don't think it looks as good as the 001, but it looks all right. It's just over 5 meters long. So it's a similar size to a Tesla Model S, maybe slightly bigger. As for the brand, right? Currently Lynk Co had their so-called headquarters in Europe, in Gothenburg in Sweden. Now, of course, their vehicles are made in China, but they have some design headquarters in Sweden. So technically this vehicle, I think, was designed in Europe. The brand offers plug-in hybrid models in Europe right now that you can buy in Sweden, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Spain, France, and Italy. In 2024, Lynk Co appointed automobile group SEEAG to expand their business in Southeast Europe, starting with Romania and Greece, followed by Slovenia, Croatia, Bulgaria, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, I don't know how you pronounce that country, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Kosovo, Albania, and Moldova during 2024. What about Australia? Well, apparently they're coming to Australia next year. They're coming to New Zealand in 2025 as well. They're coming to Russia, Malaysia, and potentially also Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar this new year. So this new EV could be in up to, 30 or more countries within the next 18 months. Therefore, is it worth actually considering buying one? Well, Chinese people think it is. This vehicle went on sale a few days ago, and within 24 hours, they got more than 10,000 pre-orders. Potentially because this thing's too cheap. I think it's too cheap. It starts at 30,000, literally $30,100 US. But if you pre-order it, you get basically a package, $5,000 US worth of free stuff for this is the cheapest model, I believe. You get Napa leather, you get free charging for, I don't know how long it is, but for quite a long time. You get some extra features for pre-ordering the car. And like I said, $30,000 US for a vehicle with this specification, this kind of level of luxury is pretty insane. So what actually does it have? What are you actually going to get? First of all, it's going to come in 5 different versions. 3 of those will be an 400 volt platform, and the 2 most expensive will be an 800 volt platform. It's built on the SEA platform, which is the Zeekr 001 platform. And the cheapest version has lithium iron phosphate batteries. I believe it's the Geely Aegis short blade battery, which is currently the highest energy density LFP battery, and the fastest charging. You can charge it up to 500. Apparently new software means it can charge at 600 kilowatt charging. Obviously, you need the right charger to use that. But if you can find the right charger, you can recharge the battery from 10 to 80% in 10.5 minutes. Yeah, fastest charging electric cars in the world. Crazy. All right, what's the range of these batteries? Well, first of all, the entry-level model has a 200 kilowatt rear drive motor. That's the same motor you get on the Zeekr X, which is on sale now in Australia. It uses a 71 kilowatt hour LFP battery with 600 kilometers of range. So a WLTP, about 500 kilometers of range. Higher-end variants have a 95 kilowatt hour battery. I believe it's the new CATL potentially the Chilin 2.0 battery or another CATL battery. What that means is that the long range version of this car, it comes with a 95 kilowatt hour battery if you pay extra to get the bigger battery. that will give you 806 kilometers of range, or about 700 kilometers WLTP range, which is, yeah, I mean, all the range you could ever need. I really don't think you'd want any more range than that. Imagine trying to drive 700 kilometers without going to the toilet. You know, it's like driving 450 miles without stopping. I don't think you'd want to do that anyway. So what else do you get? 2 motors. You can get an all-wheel drive version of the car, 310 kilowatt rear motor, 270 kilowatt front motor. You're looking at nearly 600 kilowatts in total. Performance for that version, pretty damn fast, 3.5 seconds, 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 miles an hour. You can recharge the battery. You can add 573 kilometers of range to the battery in 15 minutes, right? That's crazy, 573 kilometers. However, Zeekr and I believe maybe Lynk Co as well, Geely, they have in China, they have 560 kilowatt fast chargers in China. So hopefully other countries will roll out those fast chargers over the next few years, because that would be insane. I mean, imagine the talking point, how amazing that's going to be when a whole lot of cars have that ability to charge that fast. What else does it have? Well, it has apparently a pretty impressive kind of coupe-like silhouette, which gives it a really, to be honest, preposterous drag coefficient, which I don't believe this is true. This is their claims. I often, guys, to be fair here, I believe that 90% of car manufacturers are just flat out lying about their drag coefficients. I think the drag coefficients is just ridiculous, and car shapes are not changing enough to get these kind of drag coefficients. But anyway, they claim 0.198, right? Yeah, very, very unlikely that that's actually true. Anyhow, how big is it actually? Well, it's 5,028 millimeters long, 1,966 millimeters wide, and height is 1,468 millimeters, meaning, yeah, it's a large, technically a large electric sedan. Apparently, it's technologically advanced. It comes with the fastest chip you can get in the automotive industry right now. It's twice as fast as the fastest Snapdragon Qualcomm chip, which is used in most EVs in China. It's a kind of a brand that no one's ever heard of, actually. In addition to that, it has an interesting kind of narrow digital instrument panel for the driver. It's 12.3 inches. It's got a 15.4 inch floating touchscreen display, and apparently it's got heated seats, ventilated seats, massage functions for the seats, really impressive sound system, a 23 speaker sound system. By the way, that comes standard. If you pre-order it now for $30,000, you get the 23 speaker Harman Kardon sound system and a 1600 watt amplifier enhanced by Vanos panoramic sound technology. So you can see why more than 10,000 people have pre-ordered this car. It's actually really, really impressive. I'm actually not a fan of it, to be honest. I just don't like large electric sedans. I think it looks large too. The Zeekr 001 is a similar size, but it has a bigger hatch, bigger boot space, because it's a, you know, more of a like a wagon, a shooting brake, but it doesn't look that big. That's the amazing thing about the Zeekr 001. It doesn't look large. To me, this looks large, but honestly, at this price point, this is a phenomenal car. So hopefully we see this come into Australia, European car markets, you know, other car markets that are going to get it, New Zealand, etc. Hopefully it's a good price, because if it is, I mean, really, this would be this car would sell amazingly well if it was just a little bit more expensive outside of China versus what it is in China. I mean, for example, let's say, what's the price? This is around, say, $30,000 US. Let's say if they brought this in for, say, $40,000 US, right? Added a bit of extra money to send it overseas, to ship it around the world, and, you know, to change it to right-hand drive for certain countries. It would still sell really well for $40,000 US at a starting price point. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thank you for watching.